This is now my third time being doing the IVF transfer medications, and they have changed the protocol, so it's a little bit different than it was with Alina's transfer and with the transfer before that, that we had lost that baby. And I'm a little worried why it changed. So we're not doing estradiol valerate. I don't even know if that's what it's called. But we did Lupron shots, and then now we're doing the progesterone shots. And the progesterone continues until, for our clinic, 12 weeks pregnant. And so I'm a little curious as to why we're not doing the estradiol valerate injections, and also they don't have me on aspirin this time, because they said they changed the protocol, so that's something I have to ask the doctor. But the Lupron this time, this was the first time out of the 3 transfers that I really felt the side effects of, I got hot flashes, like crazy hot flashes. Basically, you're like putting your body through menopause because they're trying to control your cycle and they don't want you to ovulate. And I mean, before it didn't bother me, it was just the shot. There were no real side effects that really impacted my life. But these hot flashes and night sweats were horrible, because it was like every 1 to 2 hours I was waking up. So I went to Milan with my friend just for a few days for her birthday, and I mean, I had a horrible day traveling there. Once I got there, the trip was wonderful, but I had a horrible day of traveling. So it's really like 48 hours of traveling, tons of delays. That's another story for another time. But then when I got there, we were like, you know, we're without the babies, without responsibility, we're just gonna sleep in or do whatever we want. But I was up every 1 to 2 hours at night, every night that we were there, just like sweating and then being cold because the hot flash ended, and now I was just sweaty and it was cold there because it was fall. And so that was kind of brutal. And then once I started the estrogen pills 3 times a day, then those kind of, I think, negated that side effect and made it a lot better, where I was only waking up once or twice a night with some hot sweats or night sweats. And then we just started progesterone. We've done 3 nights so far, and I have some footage of that. If you guys want to see, I'll put that here.
So, Lupron injections done. Those are sore, but those are the easy ones. Now we have the progesterone.
So much joy in doing this.
Injection. I'm not taking joy
know,
because I know it makes you.
Anyway,
so typically with these progesterone shots, it's 1.5 inch, but last time we hit her bone, which was not good. I felt it and I was like, oh no, that doesn't feel right. But anyway, so doctor gave us a shorter needle, 1 inch, and it's worked well last time.
Like the first transfer, it was sore, but it was like, okay, it's over. After the shot with Alina's transfer, it would be like screaming into the pillow. So I'm like really nervous right now. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like I'd be crying a lot of the times. It was so sore. Wait, I'm not ready. You have to tell me when you're gonna do it. And you have to do it like good. I'm getting so nervous right now. My face is not even in the film. Okay. Wait. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I don't want to be a chicken, but I'm just like really nervous. Wait, I have to stay calm. I don't want to type them.
Tell me when you're ready, and I'll count down.
Tell me something encouraging.
This one's not going to be like that. It'll be awesome. Easy peasy.
It's not going to be awesome.
What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say?
It's going to be awesome. Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Not bad, not bad. Ow, ow, ow. You have to tell me when we're like halfway.
Halfway.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, not bad, not bad.
Oh, I forgot the paper towel.
I'm wrinkling?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh. So one thing to note, since the volume...
You guys, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I'm excited.
One thing to note is, since the volume is 1 ml, which is kind of a lot, it's kind of painful. But after you pull the needle out, after you inject it, sometimes a little bit leaks out. So
it's burning a little bit.
We should have a paper towel ready to go, just so it doesn't leak everywhere. And then you want to massage it after.
Oh, yeah. Yep, it's burning now. It's as if someone, you know, like the feeling of spicy on your tongue is what it feels like on your skin. But this time it's going okay so far. We did have one night where it was kind of painful, and I remembered it was like flooded back, that feeling of how it was when it would burn. I was like, oh no, it's starting. But last night's shot wasn't bad, so fingers crossed that it's not like it was with Alina's. And so yeah, it's been going okay, and the hot flashes are gone, and I feel back to my normal self. But if you guys have any questions on like the medications that we're doing for this frozen embryo transfer, let me know. We are very excited. I'm actually I'm usually really positive and optimistic, and I still am with this transfer. But I do want to just document how I feel in that I feel a little like, how could we be so lucky that 3 transfers in a row would implant? Like, it seems like we're against the odds because the first 2 implanted. I mean, granted, we went through a lot, but just odds-wise, I feel like for 3 in a row to implant it and get pregnant, even if we lost one of them, like, I don't know. But then I'm like, I try not to think that way because I don't want to be like self-fulfilling prophecy. I want my body to be like, yes, we're making a baby, and so I try to stay positive. But that thought does come into my mind, like, it just seems unlikely that we would be that lucky. And so any thoughts, prayers, happy vibes, baby dust that you want to send our way, we'd really appreciate it. Oh, update. Also, when I talked to the doctor, I found out that they actually changed their whole protocol because of me. Or I was like definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. And so they changed their protocol for the egg retrievals to the point that now our IVF doctors, if they ever have a patient that gets admitted to the ICU or to the hospital because of the transfer, before they had a really hard time accessing my file, and they wouldn't let them direct care, they wouldn't let them really have input when they're the very ones that knew what to do best. And so that was really frustrating. And after me and my whole experience, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch my ICU after egg retrieval video. But because of that, they said now it's like they're totally a team, and they can work with the nurses and the doctors in the hospital, and because they really in the hospital had no idea what to do with me. They told Maika they didn't know what to do with me, and we're like, then why don't you let our IVF doctors like have some input on what needs to be done? And so yeah, our doctors had to fight really hard to get any input, and thank goodness they did. I'm really grateful. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of interesting, like, oh wow, when he was telling me like they changed everything, they changed, they don't do an HCG trigger anymore. And I think this is probably something that's done in a lot of clinics now because of all the occurrence of OHSS, but I guess I was like the tipping point for our clinic, which is kind of cool. I feel like, oh, changes were made because of me. All right, and Alina will sign you guys off. Getting her bottle before bed. Night night, honey.
Bye.